Hello, Matu Jamir, and you're watching Hornbill TV English Bulletin. Now, headlines. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Saturday announced that markets will reopen in the national capital and metro services will be resumed from June 7th with conditions. Giving final notice to Twitter to comply with India's new rules for social media companies, the centre on Saturday said that if the microblogging site fails to follow the guidelines, they will face the consequences as per the IT Act and other penal laws. Representatives of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations met with Myanmar's junta leader on Friday, 6 weeks after the emergency regional summit on the coup in the country drew promises of progress towards a solution but produced no tangible results. Various districts in Nagaland observed World Environment Day on June 5th with various programs that highlighted the importance of conserving the environment. Our correspondents sent reports from Mon, Zeniboto, Woka and Dimapur highlighting the event. On June 5th, the Konyak Students' Union observed World Environment Day with only its officials considering the pandemic. The members of the union cleaned up the monolith area below the district hospital and planted some saplings. The union extended their gratitude to the Forest Department for the saplings and to the administrator of Mon Town Council for providing a truck to carry the waste. Zeniboto district observed World Environment Day on June 5th by planting trees in various parts of the district. The party workers of the 35 AC Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party and members of the District Forest Office, District Police and other organizations planted tree saplings and conducted various online programs, updates stated. In collaboration with the Jangmu Club, the NDPP planted more than 100 saplings in and around the Zeniboto Government College campus. The District Forest Office also planted saplings in all around the office compounds. The police too planted many saplings at the police reserve area and created awareness on how to protect the environment, updates stated. Woka. The Woka Eco Club also observed World Environment Day at Itsuchuka Lake. A program was organized which saw the attendance of the Woka District Administration, Extra Assistant Commissioner of Woka Aloto Shohe and Lota Students' Union President Ashantang Humtsoi, among others. Organizers Isabemo Humtsoi appreciated the district administration, police and the PHED for their contribution to the program. Approximately 30 individuals attended the program following proper standard operating procedures. This year, the Forest Department and the District Administration conducted a virtual program on World Environment Day, updates stated. Dimapur. The Naga Council of Dimapur along with members of the District Task Force led by Kikheto Sema on June 5th planted about 200 saplings at the Naga Cemetery as a tribute to COVID victims, updates stated. The Dibupar Naga Students' Union also observed World Environment Day on June 5th with the theme Ecosystem Restoration. The main purpose of the program was to spread awareness about the need to protect the environment and the ways to do it. Some of the activities initiated by the union included cleaning personal demarcated compounds and surroundings and planting saplings in and around Dibupar jurisdiction. The union also constructed and donated a concrete waste bin at the Government Higher Secondary School at Dibupar besides distributing eco-friendly dustbins to the shops within the area. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Saturday announced that markets will reopen in the national capital and metro services will be resumed from June 7 with conditions. Briefing the media persons, Kejriwal said that the lockdown will continue with more relaxation and other activities. Shops in markets and malls to be opened on an odd and even basis from Monday. He said the shops will be allowed to open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and private offices will be allowed to function with 50% staff, he said. In government offices, Group A staff will be allowed to function with 100% capacity while Group B with 50% staff. Delhi Metro to resume services with 50% capacity, said the Chief Minister. Kejriwal informed a team of doctors and experts will be set up to examine the demand of medicines to tackle the WhatsApp forwards of medicines. On preparation against potential third wave of COVID-19, the Chief Minister said that the government is making arrangements considering a peak of 37,000 cases in mind. A patriotic task force has been made and a storage capacity of 420 tonnes of oxygen is being created, he said. Further, Intraprastha Gas Limited has been asked to set up a plan to produce 150 tonnes of oxygen, he said. 25 oxygen tankers are being brought and 64 small oxygen plants are being established. Besides, buffer stocks of potential medicines will be made, he explained. Kejriwal said 2 genome sequencing laboratories will be set up for the detection of new variants. With a dip seen in active COVID-19 cases, Delhi has begun unlocking process from May 31st with factories and the construction sector resuming operations. India's daily new COVID-19 cases reported a sharp decline on Saturday as the country recorded 11,835 less cases as compared to Friday. Down from yesterday's 1,32,364 cases, India today reported 1,20,529 fresh COVID-19 cases, taking the country's infection tally to 2,86,94,879, according to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on Saturday. India's active caseload further declined to 15,55,248, as active cases decreased by 80,745 in the last 24 hours. The active cases in the country have been less than 2 lakh for the 9 successive days. The daily positivity rate stands further dips to 5.78%, remaining below the 10% mark for the 12 consecutive days, while the weekly positivity rate stands at 6.89%. The death toll due to the virus climbed to 3,44,082, with 3,380 fatalities being recorded in a span of 24 hours. Meanwhile, recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for 23 successive days, as India witnessed 1,97,894 recoveries in the last 24 hours, the ministry said. The recovery tally of India has reached 2,67,095 2,67,97,549 and the recovery rate stands at 93.38%. Moving further, giving final notice to Twitter to comply with India's new rules for social media companies, the centre on Saturday said that if the microblogging site fails to follow the guidelines, they will face the consequences as per the IT Act and other penal laws. Twitter Inc. is hereby given one last notice to immediately comply with the rules, failing which the exemption from liability available under Section 79 of the IT Act 2000 shall stand withdrawn and Twitter shall be liable for consequences as per the IT Act and other penal laws of India, the government said. The notice has come on a day when political circles have been abuzz with brief removal of verified blue ticks from personal handle of Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, RSS leader Mohan Bhagwat and some other prominent faces of Sangh. Twitter had recently said it was committed to India as a vital market but criticized the new IT rules and regulations, saying they inhibit free, open public conversation. In response, the government had said Twitter was leveling baseless and false allegations to defame India. Tripura police on Friday seized a vehicle loaded with nearly 3,100 bottles of cough syrup worth around Rs 12 lakh near Tufania Lunga area in Agartala. While speaking to NI, Sub-Divisional Police Officer Priya Madhuri Majumdar said the authorities seized a vehicle with nearly 3,100 bottles of cough syrup worth around Rs 12 lakh. Which were to be smuggled. No arrest yet, probe is on, the official said. Acting on a specific secret input, the police acted upon and detained the vehicle and brought it to the police station. The consignment was smuggled and to be distributed in Agartala and its adjoining areas, said Majumdar. Cough syrup is a profitable item of the drug racket as it is very popular among the youth who consume it as a substitute of liquor. Though the police could not arrest the driver of the vehicle but are confident that they will be able to find all details about the vehicle with its registration number and reach the drug racket, Majumdar added. This is the second incident of seizure of drugs in Agartala in less than 24 hours. On Thursday night, the NCC police station arrested 7 drug peddlers with brown sugar and cough syrup bottles worth Rs 10 lakh from the capital city. The centre disbursed around Rs 76,000 crore directly to farmers' accounts while procuring wheat during the ongoing Rabi marketing season. Well, for the first time, farmers in Punjab have received more than Rs 26,000 crore in their accounts directly. Rs 16,700 crore has been transferred to farmers' accounts in Haryana. Punjab and Haryana are the last two states to implement direct cash transfer of the minimum support price, and with this now the online payment system has become universal across the country. The government has termed it One Nation, One MSP, One DBT. According to Food Ministry, about 44.4 lakh farmers have benefited from the RMS procurement operations with MSP value of nearly Rs 81,200 crore. It takes 2 to 3 days to transfer the amount to farmers' accounts since there are so many transactions in a day, an official said. The amount released or paid is reconciled within a couple of days, said the official. The government has also revised the current wheat procurement target to 433 lakh tonne, an increase of 6 lakh tonne as almost every state is reporting highest ever procurement. During the previous year, the total procurement of wheat during the RMS was 390 lakh tonne. The Serum Institute of India has received a preliminary permission from the country's drug top regulator to make test batches of Russia's Sputnik V vaccine, the Indian Express has learned. If cleared, the Pune headquartered vaccine maker may be able to add one more COVID-19 vaccine to its portfolio. The company on Friday received Drug Controller General of India, Dr. V.D. Sumania's permission to manufacture batches of Sputnik V for test and analysis. A source close to the development told the Indian Express on condition of anonymity. It is likely that the SII will be able to use this permission to make test batches of Sputnik V to ensure that it is the same as the Russian vaccine that has received the DCGI's restricted use permission. In doing so, the batches may also be tested by the regulator for aspects like quality and stability. The batches produced with this permission cannot be used for commercial purposes, the source said. Another source said that it is expected that the SII would take a few months before it would be able to begin commercial production of Sputnik V. It is unclear how many doses of the vaccine SII plans to manufacture on a monthly basis, as no agreement between the Pune company and the Russian Direct Investment Fund on Dr. Reddy's laboratories has been announced. Queries sent to SII and RDIF on Thursday about how many doses of Sputnik V are expected to be manufactured as per the agreement remained unanswered at the time of going to press on Friday. The head of India's COVID-19 task force on Friday said the decision of vaccinating children is being continuously examined and emphasized that once the rollout for the children takes place, all of them have to be covered at the same time. Asked if the government is mulling a plan to procure the Pfizer mRNA vaccine approved for the 12 to 18-year age group in the US, Dr. V.K. Paul said India will require approximately 25 to 26 crore doses to vaccinate the children. On the issue of which vaccine to be used for children, please remember child cohort is not a small cohort, he said. He gave a rough analysis that if it is between 18 to 12 years, it itself is around 13 to 14 crore. This means there will be a need for 25 to 26 crore doses, he said. One cannot have some children getting and others not getting it, Paul said. He also pointed out that besides Bharat BioNTech's Covaxin, Zydus Cadlius vaccine is also being tested on children, indicating that these two vaccines are potential vaccinates to immunize children. Currently, vaccine A Pfizer is suitable, but once a decision is taken, one has to keep in mind who is to be covered, he said. This is continuously being examined, Paul said. He reiterated that no decision has been taken on granting indemnity to both Pfizer as well as Indian manufacturers against the cost of compensation for severe side effects. In principle, the foreign manufacturers expect indemnity to be given, and this is what they have said has been the case all over the world, he said. Particular companies have requested and the authority is in negotiation with them, but there is no decision at the moment, Paul said. Moving further, the Rajasthan government has issued orders to give financial assistance of Rs 1,000 each as the second installment of compensation to 33 lakhs helpless and needy families facing livelihood crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic, officials said on Friday. Total amount of rupees 330 crore has been released for the same on the instructions of Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, they said. The amount will be directly transferred to the bank accounts of the beneficiaries, an official release said. With these, the government has provided financial assistance of rupees 5,500 each to these families, it said. The financial assistance is given to poor and helpless families such as small shopkeepers, rickshaw pullers, construction workers, BPL card holders, street vendors, among others, who do not get to benefit of social security schemes, the release said. Representatives of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations met with Myanmar's junta leader on Friday, 6 weeks after an emergency regional summit on the coup in the country through promises of progress towards a solution but produced no tangible results. State broadcaster MRTV showed senior Gen Min Aung Hyang meeting with Burmese Second Foreign Minister Erwan Yusof and Asian Secretary General Lim Jock Hoi, but provided only a broad outline on their discussions. Earlier this week, an Indonesian diplomat said the delegation purpose was to seek Myanmar's approval of an Asian special envoy for the crisis, who is yet to be named. He said the choice of the envoy involved both sides, making progress slow. Friday's meeting received a cool response from members of Myanmar's opposition shadow government. The National Unity Government said at a rare online new conference that Asians should meet with them as well, not just the military. Any discussions, any meetings about the future of the people of Myanmar must include the people of Myanmar. Their voices must be heard, said spokesperson Sasa. The appointment of an Asian envoy was one of 5 points agreed at the regional summit in Jakarta in April, which Min Aung Hyang attended over the objection of opponents who said the invitation legitimized his power grab. Shortly afterwards, a spokesperson for the military government said it would only allow the envoy to visit after it had achieved security and stability in the country. The military ousted the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi on February 1st, saying her party's landslide victory in elections last November resulted from massive voter fraud. It has not produced credible evidence to back its claim. Mehul Choksi, the fugitive diamantar accused in the rupees 13,500 crore Punjab National Bank scam, has thwarted the prospect of immediate deportation to India, with the Dominican court adjourning the matters of his detention on Thursday. As the next date of hearing is yet to be fixed and the court proceedings are likely to take time, the long-range private executive jet India had chartered to bring Choksi back left the Caribbean island on Thursday. However, there are indications that 4 of the 8 members of the Indian team who were on the Qatar executive Bombardier Global jet when it took off for Dominica on Thursday last week are staying put to track proceedings in the court. The Dominican court has to adjudicate the dwelling claims of the local police and Choksi about how he landed there. While the police have accused him of illegal entry on May 23rd, the alleged fraudster claims that he was abducted and brought there. The hearing was adjourned against the backdrop of what official sources termed as a shred campaign by Choksi's family and lawyers to enlist local opinion against his deportation. Opposition parties in Antigua and Barbuda, the Caribbean country where the absconding diamond trader had taken citizenship to avoid being prosecuted in India, launched a campaign against him being snatched and being taken to Dominica. In Dominica too, local media reported that people gathered outside the court to demand an investigation into how Choksi landed in their country. That's all we have for today's English Bulletin, and also for other latest updates, please do follow us on our social media platforms at Hornbilltv Official on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. That's all we have for now.